Welcome back to Jay's Real Reef UK. Did you like the intro? Oh, we've got a brand new intro and logo. If you haven't checked it out, it's either top left, top right, Jay's Real Reef UK. Brand new logo for 2021 and a brand new professional intro to the channel. I feel you guys deserve it. Now, I know what you're thinking. There's no way on God's green earth you made those, and you're absolutely correct. I am terrible at IT. You're lucky to even get these YouTube videos on YouTube channel. You probably can tell by some of my chopping and editing on previous videos. I am not the best with IT, so I called in a favour. Bearded Reef, Ross on Bearded Reef. I checked his channel out. He's got a really smart logo and a really cool intro. So I called in a favour and asked him if he could make me a new logo and a new intro. And kind to his heart, what a true gent, he did it for me. Awesome. And that's what it's all about in reefing. Calling in a few favours to get you through it. The community around it is brilliant and you need other people to help you, especially if you're an absolute beginner like me. So thank you, Ross. Loving the logo, loving the intro. We're now looking like some sort of professional outfit, professional show. So I really, really appreciate that. Anyway, Jay's Real Reef UK in 2021 is all about bringing this Red Sea Max Nano tank to maturity with some beautiful corals. Now, if you watched my previous video, I bought a two-headed Duncan coral from Fraggle Reef, and on the previous video people were like, what, you didn't show us the coral at the end of the video. And that was the original plan, but the reason why I didn't show you the coral at the end of the last video is because I genuinely thought it was dead. Now, it was delayed in transit, so it was about 2 hours late, and as you can probably tell from a previous video, it was a very, very frosty morning, so I genuinely thought it was dead. The whole following day, it was closed up. There was kind of like this ooze of goo coming out of it, and it looked really, really in a really bad place. And I know what you're thinking, Duncan corals, they're hardy little things, they can survive even the most arduous of journeys, but I thought that this one was dead. But wait, after day 2 it starts to make an appearance. Now, this is what it looked like on the website. So you know I got it from Fraggle Reef, here you go. This is what it looked like on the website. I paid about £38, a bit steep, very steep, but the shipping was about £14 for this two-headed Duncan coral. Now, it looks awesome on the picture, it looks absolutely stunning. One of my friends who follows this, Rick, if you're watching, Rick, thank you for giving me a follow. I sent him a picture of the coral in day 1, and then I sent him this one. And he described the coral as looking like Sully from Monsters Inc. So any of the younger viewers that are watching, I'm sure you know who Sully is from Monsters Inc. That's what it looked like. And I thought on the picture, with the greens and the blues and the purples, it looked absolutely awesome. So, how does a Duncan look today? Now, here we go. I don't know if you... There we go. So there's Carla Con, she's right in the way. Now, we're under the white setting at the moment, so you're not getting the full effect of all the colours, but as you can see, it's really puffed out now and looking super healthy. It's looking a lot better than it did for the last 2 or 3 days. Now, where have I positioned it? Well, it's on the sandbed, as all my new corals are. They're always on the sandbed, just to see where they like to be best. It's actually underneath the power head. So, and he's getting obviously quite a bit of light just there, sheltered. So, shelter position on the sandbed, below the power head, so he's not getting beaten about. And actually, he looks as happy as a pig in mud. I didn't use the other phrase because it's a family channel. He's looking as happy as a pig in mud. Now, under here as well, as you know, Almond, the goby, he comes out, he looks at his new coral, new decoration outside his little hidey hole. And Carla Conch, he's knocked it over a couple of times, but I've tucked it right in now, so hopefully it's okay. So what I've also done, as you know, on my Christmas video, I actually got some Orphec lenses, some photographic lenses, these Orphec lenses, and I have taken a couple of pictures of the new Duncan coral under the Orphec lenses using my phone. Now, these are the Orfet lenses. If you haven't seen that video, absolutely brilliant little buy, especially if you're taking lots of photographs of your aquarium. About £30. And for the photographs that I took, that I'm going to show you in a second, I used the orange lens, which is the 15,000 lens, the yellow lens, and the macro lens. Let's take a look at some of the pictures that I took earlier today. What did you think? It looked pretty good, doesn't it? It looks a lot better under the lenses than it does under the white setting on the Radion XR15. Doesn't quite look like the pictures, and apparently I need to look for WYSIWYG. WYSIWYG. So when I'm going coral shopping next time, look for WYSIWYG. Now I have seen this on the internet shops, the coral shops, but I didn't actually know what it meant. I thought it was like some sort of a place in America or something where you get your coral from. I really didn't know. I find out later it's what you see is what you get or something. So those pictures are actually pictures of the corals. Now, I will definitely buy corals now with WYSIWYG because I want to see what I'm buying. I did enjoy my online experience of coral shopping. It's a bit of a surprise. I had to wait 2 days to see what I'd actually spent my 40 quid on. So it's quite nice, a bit of a surprise, but I prefer to go into store and see actually what I'm getting, especially if I was buying an expensive coral. But WYSIWYG, yeah, I've learnt something new, bit of IT skills there. Anyway, let's update you on a few other things. Thanks Neil Smith anyway for the Duncan coral. Appreciate you giving me the heads up on that. And also Michael Capriotti, who said I can feed it. Now I didn't even know you could feed a Duncan coral. This is how, you know, how much I've still got to learn about this whole industry. Apparently you can feed your Duncan with some mysis, so I'm going to get onto that. I'm going to feed a bit of frozen tonight. I'm going to try and capture it on camera, my Duncan eating mysis shrimp. How's the tank getting on generally? Well, it's in a bit of a sweet spot at the moment. I've done some water testing this morning. I'm really happy with what the parameters are coming out. Let me just give you a quick glance at the parameters. So this is what the tank is running at as of this morning. So we've got temperature at 25.3, pH is 8.42, ammonia is 0, nitrite is there is some trace of nitrite in the tank, 0.05. Nitrates, the highest have been so far at 1.38 parts per million. Phosphates, slightly elevated, 0.15. Alkalinity is at 9.1 DKH. Calcium's always been high in this tank. Ever since day one, calcium has always ticked over at 480 to 500. Magnesium is 1400. Salinity has been so stable throughout the journey of this tank at 1.024, and TDS has always been around about 0. Spotless water is the place to get your RO water from. I think that's one of the reasons why this tank has relatively been, and I'm touching wood, I'm touching the sideboard, that this is the reason why we haven't got so many problems in the tank. So what else has been happening on Jay's Real Reef UK? Well, if you've got a reef tank, you probably do the same as me. Come in every morning and just check all your livestock's alive. So good news, everything is alive. So what more can you want? Everything's alive. I feel like a bit of a teacher in the morning because I come in, I don't know if you've got do this if you've got a reef tank, kind of do a register. Oh yeah, two blood red shrimp, 1 green coral torch, 2 clownfish, 1 goby, and tick them off. I kind of do a morning register, make sure I've seen them all, and then if I've seen them all, I'm pretty happy. And now, because of the Duncan, I'll check the Duncan to see if I need to do my water testing. But the tank seems to have hit a bit of a sweet spot with the parameters. I'm not chasing any certain numbers, but it does seem to be happy and healthy. One indicator that you saw was nitrite. Nitrite was 0.05 parts per million. It's only a trace. But I did buy some more Dr. Tim's nitrifying bacteria. Now I've heard you can top this up at any time anyway as you kind of got your tank. So I bought another bottle. That takes me to 4 whole bottles of Dr. Tim's nitrifying bacteria in the display and in the sump. My latest bottle, I put most of it into the sump. So I've spent over £80 on bacteria for this tank. Now, Dr. Tim, he's printing money. He's literally throwing money around at the moment just because I've got this tank. Has anybody on this channel spent more on nitrifying bacteria for Dr. Tim's in 4 months of having a tank on a nano? It's absolutely crazy. But I've stuck some more in there anyway. Because the nitrites were a little bit high, I thought, right, let's get some more bacteria in there. Just replenish the population and hopefully everything is all good. Now, my phosphate is also a little bit high today at 0.15 parts per million. So what I've also done today, as you know, you try and do this every month, roughly. The carbon, which I use Red Sea carbon in the sump area, and I also used Roaphos, okay? So Roaphos is a really great product. I've bought some kind of aquarium bags. I put a good heaped tablespoon of Roaphos into the bag. I've done that this morning, and then I drop it down into the final chamber before it goes back into the display, into the return chamber there, where the flow is quite good. Now I know having it in the media bags is not as effective as having it in a reactor, but I ain't got a reactor, and I haven't got enough money at the moment to buy a reactor. I'm investing in corals, so that's another thing. Another update, you probably know about the Zoa Garden, my little boy's Zoa Garden that Matt Wyatt bought him. Absolutely loves his Zoa Garden. But the pesky snails kept climbing up onto the rockwork, and it was probably on a daily basis I was repositioning them back onto here. And we know we had 3 frags originally, we've now only got 2 frags, and that's because the snails knocked them off again. So we've taken the fight to the snails with the Tunzi Instant Coral Gum. Yeah, so this is what it is. Tunzi Instant Coral Gum. Now I know there's loads of putties out there that you can buy and various different things, but this comes with kind of 2 pastes, a white paste and a red paste there. And all you have to do is you grab a small amount of each one, so a little bit of the purple, a little bit of the white, and then you mix them together like so. It's basically, it feels like Play-Doh. So you mix them together until they lose their marble effect, and then just stick that round the frag plug, and then once it hits the water, within about 30 seconds it turns like concrete and really solid. It's not cheap though. This one, the Tunzi Coral Gum, is around about £18, so it's probably a very, well, it's a very expensive putty. But when I used it, there was nothing in the water column, there was no detritus or nothing coming off the putty, there was no clouding of the water. If it looks a bit cloudy at the moment, that's because I've just changed the Roaphos, but there's no clouding, and also it stops the skimmer from going mad because of all the kind of contaminants that you put in with kind of traditional putties. And for a beginner like me, mixing that together for 30 seconds, sticking it around a frag plug and then positioning it, it works really well. So I can really recommend the Tunzi Instant Coral Gum. Not cheap, but again, like everything in reefing, the more you spend, generally the better the products. Generally, the better the products are. Last little update. You probably noticed as well that there is some discoloration of the rocks. You can see it a lot better on the whites. So we're getting a little bit of a dirtier stage to the rocks. Now a lot of it is coralline. I don't know if you can see down here. A lot of it is coralline, but there is a little bit of red algae growing, and that's another reason why, I mean it's not too bad really, but that's another reason why I've topped up the Roaphos, because algae thrives on phosphates. So I'm just trying to get those phosphates, can't say it, back down again. I've still got a healthy population of copepods on the back wall. I don't clean the back wall as much as the glass because it's good to have the copepods around, so I keep those there, but generally things are looking pretty healthy. So that kind of updates you on everything that's going on so far. I am still coral shopping, looking for a bit of WYSIWYG coral at the moment, so that's probably going to be my next video that we have. So Yorkshire Tea, if you haven't, well, you still haven't sponsored me yet. Yorkshire tea, please sponsor Jay's Real Reef UK. We drink thousands of cups of tea. I know many of the reefers on this channel drink Yorkshire tea as well. So sponsor Jay's Real Reef UK. Yorkshire tea, if you're watching, please get in touch. Thank you to all the many comments that you put in the below the video. I try and respond to every single comment that you put. I try to, but if I do miss you, I do apologise about that. And I know many of the comments are from reefers on here who are just starting out their journey in lockdown 3. Hope your journeys are going well. In fact, everybody's watching, hope your tanks are going well. We've all got issues, we've all got slight problems, but that's what makes the hobby interesting and that's what keeps us going. So thank you to everybody who's commented. Now, if you haven't liked this video, click the like button. Please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Please subscribe, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you find out about our next video that we post in the next few days. Anyway, it's lovely to catch up with you on this mini update. Hopefully you like to see the Duncan coral and all the other little things that are happening in Jay's Real Reef UK. But for now, thank you for watching. Really appreciate your support, guys. You're a brilliant community. And for now, you take care, stay safe. Bye-bye.